Welcome back to a Q&A, guys, where you guys have asked the questions. This is the third episode, and basically it's just a Q&A, questions and answers. Whatever you've asked in the previous video and accumulative on other videos as well, I have actually collated them. Now I'm going to answer them, from trading to psychology and just some positive comments as well. So let's get straight to the video. So let's go for the first question. Dan, what is the lowest time frame that you feel you can use with a simple strategy? Great explanation. I love fibs. I am a scalper, and with the spread on BTC, I find that M15 to be the lowest time frame I can scalp on. Love the Coin Bureau channel from Sick Trader 5964. Now, honestly and truly, I genuinely believe that the lowest time frame you can trade is any. You can trade on a tick, you can trade on a 1 minute, you can trade on a 5 minute. It's ultimately down to the individual, so the psychology and how you manage trading. Because, you know, if you can't see and can't react to price fast enough, then you are not built to be a scalper. So really and truly, you can scalp at a lower time frame, but from experience and from lessons and from knowing other traders, it's much better off to trade on a little bit of a higher time frame, so you have more room to make more decisions. But scalping is very fast paced, it's fast money, but it's also fast losses. So it really just depends. But just to kind of answer your question, I generally believe you can go into like even 1 second if you really wanted to. And even if you wanted to on 1 second, you can, because ultimately charts are charts, candlesticks are candlesticks, and the formation is exactly the same across the board. Next up, we've got Dear Dan, thank you for such useful insights in trading. I'm starting to learn short-term trading, day, weekly, monthly. Can you please help me with some helpful resources to start learning to trade with so I can start the right way? That is from Sundar Noat. Well, you're on the right channel. That's the first thing. Ultimately, here on CoinViewer Trading, yes, we do price analysis on a daily basis, but I do try to add some learn and earn content every single day. Now, that learn and earn content could be psychology, it could be about your journal, could be about your daily report card. That is all here on, on the CoinViewer Trading channel. But on some other resources, I think, if you use the news outlets, you can look at the greed and fear index to see how that's kind of working across the markets as well, where the buying and selling pressure is. Use the dollar basket. The dollar basket is a good indication to understand the overall market, because most of the commodities, cryptocurrencies are paired against the dollar. So if you know what the dollar is doing, you know what the rest of the market is doing. TradingView is a great charting platform, and is universally used across the traders in the crypto space, forex space, equity space. They're all used on TradingView. And also just loads of stuff on YouTube and online just to start. What is a pip? How do you open a position site? Just Google, and as you do more and learn more, you'll find more things, and just keep learning and learning and learning. That's the best way I would do it, and that's how I started back in the day. I started with babypips.com, but nowadays everything's on YouTube. Even like a video like this, imagine if I could learn from a 600k verified trader. There are people who have 5 million, 10 million. Even Ray Dalio, who has billions on the Vanguard, has his own YouTube channel. So there's a lot to learn. And yeah, use the internet. Third question here is, hi, can you explain moving averages to use in different time frames? For example, commonly used is MA21 bars on 1 hour, and then when I go to the day chart, obviously it looks completely different. In case of increasing moving averages bars from 50 to congruent, some examples of what you use would be helpful. For example, is MAs on day charts, then going into shorter time frames. Also, do you switch to EMAs on shorter time frames? Thanks, nice channel by the way. That is from Rich Bowler 411. Thank you. So let me answer this into separate points, because you've got a lot of questions there. But the first thing is, moving averages on different time frames will change, obviously, because it's the period. So let's just talk about the basics. Moving averages is obviously the periodic time divided by whatever period you set. Now, if you've got a 50 moving average on the 10 minutes, of course that's going to look different on the 1 hour. It's going to look different in the sense that the moving average will be different from 10 minutes. That's because the movement and the time and the periods on 10 minutes and 1 hour are completely different. Now, I personally use the same moving average across all the time frames, because ultimately that is what the moving average is supposed to tell me. It's a lagging indicator, helps me understand the overall moving average and the trend. So of course they're going to be different. I wouldn't use like a 4 on a 1 hour and then a 50 on a 2 hour. To me, it doesn't make sense. I would rather use the 100 or 50, back test it and see how it works from there, which I'll go on to in a minute. So that's what I use. Another factor is you should set some hard rules on how you're going to use your moving average. So if you're going to buy above and sell below, that should be the same across all time frames. And then another confluence is if all the time frames the moving average is below the price but moving up, then that is a bullish movement because you're buying above the moving average on every single time frame. That's a great confluence, right? Rather than doing the 4, the 5, the 9 and all sorts of stuff on different time frames. And also don't forget, the higher the time frame, the more respected price is going to move. So the next question you ask is basically some examples. So if you want to go and see, I have actually got an example of top 3 indicators, so go check that video out. Ding! And that talks about my moving averages, the actual moving averages. I give you the exact numbers, how I use them, how to trade them, and how it's implemented in my strategy. So that's completely for free. Go check that out on that video if you want to support us. Then the final question you have is switch to EMA across shorter time frames. No, yet again, if I have a moving average, that is what I use. So just to finalize this as well as something that extra you can do is once you've got a hard set rule that you seem to have found that works over a few trades, go and backtest. Backtest is basically using this idea, this strategy, or this thesis to see if it can prove to you over and over again that it works and then have the proof of concept. That's the whole point of trading anyway. So thanks for your question and I hope that helps. Just want to quickly say, don't forget to check in the link in the description for Bitget and OKX, which are our partner exchanges, if you want to go and take advantage of our promotions that we have here with Coin Bureau Trading. Link in the description to see more. Let's get back to the video. Next up is been using Fibonacci retracement for a while, and this was used on our Fibonacci retracement video. I show you how to use it completely from A to B and my levels. So interested knows what your settings are. I use 0.68, 0.65, and I call them golden pockets. That's great. If that's the 2 levels that you trade, that's the 2 levels that you trade. If you want to see all my Fibonacci levels, they are actually on that video as well. But ultimately there is 88, 68%, 50%, 38.2%, and then just 0 from there. But there are more levels. There are also some take profit levels, but they are all written down on that video as well. But they're the 5 if you wanted to have them added if you wanted to. So that is from Simon Champion 9206. So we got, I like how you talk to us. You have a great way about your back and forth sense of humor. And that is from Robin Hood. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sometimes it can be a bit lonely just talking to the camera. So I just imagine you guys there. It helps me talk. It helps me relax me a little bit talking in front of the camera. And, you know, I appreciate all of you guys. And we're trying to put as much valuable content as we can on this channel because we appreciate your support. And hopefully you appreciate my support on my content. Next up, he goes, man, I blew my account a couple of days ago from BTC when it came down to 25k, where I had a nice setup for a buy. Missed that train and gave up for a while. But the truth is I was gambling on the altcoins and meme coins. Luckily, it was not a big account, but I'm still learning. This is from Original Catfish 42. Now, it's good that you know it was gambling, and it was good that you understand and it was blowing a small account and not a lot. But if you understand that, that is what it is. I generally believe a lot of altcoins are gambling because you can't really tell. You don't have the right fundamentals. You don't have the right macroeconomics. There's only so much information you have at hand. Therefore, you can't actually make a professional, clarified judgment. But if you're in it for the high risk and a high reward, then go for it. You know, it's potentially worth it. And if the money doesn't damage you, then so be it. There are plenty of people who have made a very big killing on crypto because they got lucky, whether they played it well, but either way, they were willing to take the risk. And hats off to them. Next up, we've got sick video. Cheers, mate. Top quality content delivered in a chill way. Thank you, Jack YJ8VJG. Appreciate your comment, and I appreciate picking out these, you know, positive comments to my editor and my team who are helping me create these content. Next up, we've got thanks as always for the video. It was great meeting you at the CB Live. Get some quality time away and restore. BTC and the market will be here when you're back. And that was because I went away to Hong Kong and Thailand with my best friends and haven't had a holiday in like 10 years. Like just me and the boys. And it was so good, and so good to have a relaxing time off. And this brings me on to a random story which I really want to share with you, because if you're watching this far, it means you care about the channel and you care about the content. Basically, there's a big lesson I learned. As a trader, I don't take enough time off. And I met this trader who made 10 million in that month or whatever it may be. And it doesn't matter how much he made, but he made a killing and he was on a winning streak. But what he was saying, and he was the owner of a hedge fund, is that they forced their traders and forced even himself to have 3-week holidays over a winning period and a losing period, because it resets you, it stops you from being overconfident, and we need breaks. We are not robots at the end of the day. And that's something I'm guilty of. I definitely don't take enough breaks, and I should, which I am now. In terms of trading, that is. Even with business, I definitely should take more breaks and just enjoy, because there is a lot to life through it. I think my breaks, I see them as the gym. That is a break. Spending time with the family, that is a break. Other than that, I should be working. But that holiday that I had was honestly amazing. So I encourage you, if you are a workaholic and you are making things work, do take a break, but just have a healthy balance, because that's what it's all about. Healthy balance, the yin and the yang. thank you from Dan Bloomfield. It was a really big pleasure to meet you as well. This is a great simple video many could benefit from. It's exactly missing from the Coin Bureau, proper quick with the key levels, and big from Big Hug 4125. And actually there was a question from someone who wanted to ask me to make a video on key levels. So we've made one before on how to draw zones and stuff. I'm going to make a more in-depth one, so that will come, where I'm talking about how key levels, why they react and how you see them, how to draw them a bit faster and how to refine them. So do stay tuned for that as well. And that concludes the video, guys. So thank you very much for watching this Q&A. If you do have any questions, drop them in the comment section below, and I'll be picking majority of the questions in this video for the fourth Q&A that we will be doing, which will be in next month in August or September. So we do these every so often. You know, once we've accumulated enough questions and we feel that the video is ready, we'll answer them and then just go through it. So shout out to all the guys who had the comments written today. Appreciate you all, and appreciate you guys watching this far. So to remember to like, share and subscribe. Check out the link in the description below for our promotions and more, and see you in the next one. Peace.